Good evening, everyone. And I get to kind of introduce the program, tell you a little bit about how this came about and why we're all here on a day that is not normally when we would have concerts. It's certainly not December, January, or May, which is when we tend to find everything. I'm going to call this our 43rd, mostly annual Music on Parade concert. Yes, some of you that have been through some of this know the history of this. The National Association for Music Educators, back in 1976, kind of decided that music is going to be music in our schools now. And so there are a lot of concerts, and if you look at a lot of the schedules that are out there, the High School Musical was just a few weeks ago. Almost most schools have their High School Musical in March. At a high school level with Pennsylvania music, there are regional festivals everywhere for the higher achieving high school musicians. Sometimes if it fits, but calendars can be tough. Middle school typically has their honors band types of festivals that bring different schools together around about March. There are a lot of song fests, string fests going on at the elementary and middle levels as well. And March just happens to be this nice time where everything kind of fits together. So back in 1976, they started, this is before my time, which is saying something at this point, but started this idea that we're going to have this giant concert, and it originally went from kindergarten through 12th grade, and it was in the high school gym. And it went on like that for years and years and years, and every school was represented, and every school went and did a performance for the rest of the schools and for the community. Probably about 2007, 2008, when this building was renovated, was the first time we had to skip a Music on Parade concert because the gym was under renovation. We came back, we were able to do that again for like a year or two, and then the fire marshal was no longer so happy with us because the gym was just overcrowded. So we kind of moved, what is this thing that we do? And we broke it into kind of three wings. We kind of broke it into our choral vocal music, our orchestral music, and our band music. And so now we get together every 3 years with the band students, and we get a chance for the upper grades to encourage the younger students to continue playing, as well as to kind of showcase what the different levels of music are in the way of instrumental music in Kent. We also apparently have to mix snow into the rotation, because as we look through the rotation, every 4th year is a snow year. We miss, yeah. It's gone that way, like we went through, because we're trying to figure out, okay, so who's doing this next year? Is it chorus or orchestra? And we came up, no, apparently it's going to be snow next year. So don't bother putting it on your calendar, but hopefully not. With that, we are going to go into the music component of it. All yours.
Michelle Strickland, and I have the pleasure of teaching the Bancroft Band, the New Garden Band, and the Greenwood Band. And this is the very first time that I have them all here in front of me, all of my advanced players from those 3 schools. I'm very excited. And they did a great job with that piece, Rio Bravo. Our next piece is called the Alcazar. And I know some of the middle schoolers will recognize this one from last spring. We've had a blast playing this, and I hope you enjoy it.
My name is Andrew Whistler. I'm the director of the Kent Middle School Band. Before you is the Symphonic Band, or the Middle School Band. The Symphonic Band represents our top 8th and 7th grade students. It's actually all the 8th grade students and our top 7th grade students. Music is big at Kent Middle School. For those of you who've been through the program, you know this. But for those of you, the elementary, for starters, Holy Smokes Elementary Band, that was terrific. Let's give another round of applause for them. I'm looking forward to seeing all those faces next year. Music is big at Kent Middle School, but the reason why music is big at Kent Middle School is because music is big in the Kent Consolidated School District. We boast one of the largest music programs in the county as far as middle school music. Our band program pushes around 200 students per year. Our chorus program pushes between 650 and 700 students per year in a school with only 1,000 kids. And our strings program is up around 160. That's violin, viola, cello, 160 strings in a school of 1,000. Music is big and music is strong. But without the support of the community, without the support of the school board and everything that we have before us, we wouldn't be able to make this possible. So tonight is one of those nights that we celebrate music and we celebrate your support. So thank you so much. The first couple pieces of music that we're going to play are kind of short, but the reason why I decided to pick them is because they come directly out of our text, Measures of Success. Mr. Romano and I had the pleasure of directly talking to Timothy Loest, one of the contributing composers of this text, along with Deborah Sheldon, Brian Balmages, and Robert Sheldon. All of these composers are fantastic composers of young band literature. And up until around 10 years ago, it was the same text over and over again. And all of a sudden, out of nowhere, this beacon of hope showed up. And our program wouldn't be the same without this. So I decided to showcase a little bit of it. At the end of every unit, there's an opportunity where the students get a chance to sight read a real piece of music. So basically, you play through, each unit is set up into an opus, they learn all sorts of new information, and then at the very end of it, the students are supposed to be able to sight read the piece of music. Well, essentially, that's kind of what we did with the next two pieces. They're both terrific pieces of music from terrific composers. The first piece of music, Barn Dance, they're both program music, so you can use your imagination. And the second piece of music is Clouds. So once again, program music, so please use your imagination as you're listening. But they're both written by, one's by Robert Shelton, the other one's from Brian Valentine. Both phenomenal composers. But the fact that they're in our text is terrific. So this kind of goes to show with you the direction of music and the direction things are going. So I hope you enjoy Barn Dances and Clouds. For our final selection, I would like to do a couple of thank yous. Number one, I would like to thank Mr. Romano and the high school band for setting this stuff up, because I didn't have to do it this time. It's pretty awesome. So thank you. I would also like to thank our amazing administration. I'm not sure if any of the principals are here tonight off the panel. But I would really like to thank our amazing administration over at Kent Middle School. They provide everything that we ask for. So we ask for something, they do it for us, because they believe that what we do is right, and they believe that what we do is worth funding, and what we need, we get. So Lorenzo DeAngelis, Brenna Austin, Jake Moore, they are the three best administrators a music department can get. So thank you for that. And of course, finally, I would like to thank all of the faculty, the music department faculty that has contributed to this process, which includes the elementary program with Mrs. Strickland, Mr. Rutledge before Mrs. Strickland, as well as all the elementary all the elementary general music and choral teachers, and Ms. Mato, who's here this evening. The without that core group pushing such terrifically trained kids to this level, we wouldn't be able to do what we do before you guys. So thank you to them. Our final selection, John Williams Movie Adventures. John Williams Movie Adventures is going to feature the main theme from Star Wars, Duel of Fates, which you guys know, at the end of that Solo movie where the guy with the red face, Darth Maul, his theme. Theme from Jurassic Park, you'll recognize that one from last year. And E.T., if you don't know E.T., your parents should show you E.T. It's pretty awesome. But E.T. the Extraterrestrial. Anyway, it's a bunch of movie music. This should be a lot of fun. Hope you guys enjoy. Thank you so much for having us this evening.
for your patience as we switch things around up here. Logistics with this concert is always kind of the toughest. The group up here is the high school symphonic band, which is 12th grade, 11th grade, and some 10th grade students that add in generally for balance kinds of things. We are going to open our portion with selections from Aladdin. There's a live action movie of it coming. We tried to find something that maybe elementary school kids might know. And for us, honestly, this is just a fun piece where they kind of get to let loose a little bit. Because this is one of those things that they all know from their childhood, and we don't get to, like, we don't pick these kinds of songs this often, so for them it's a rare treat. for as much as that piece was sort of our, for them, one of their easier, more fun ones they could tap their foot to, the next one, well, you can try to tap your foot to it. It uses a lot of different mixed meters, meaning that it's kind of all over the place. The title is a combination of two Latin words, jubilate and deo, into jubilateo. It's not a real word, it's just something he kind of made up. It's subtitled Fanfare and Allegro. The fanfare at the beginning is pretty obviously fanfare, and then the allegro, it moves along. It uses quite an array of different percussion instruments back there, where there's all kinds of different feels going on, there's all kinds of different everything's going on back there, among a ton of different players. It goes all over the place. Still hunting for stuff, which is fine. We good? Cool. Some other things up here before we kind of start this piece and then move along. And I didn't tell them I was going to do this, so I just kind of want to see this. So some phonic band people. Any of you started your, because we have some that play in orchestra and band. Any of you guys start your instrument in high school? Stand on up. Is that just you? Yeah, we have some. Cool. And stay. How many of you started in middle school?
Mr. Romano, do you have the middle school kids stand up to start your middle school?
Sure. Middle schoolers, how many of you guys started in middle school? Okay. And the rest of you all started in elementary school, right? Right, okay, have a seat. So really, once we kind of introduced them to music, and once, you can see that the vast majority of students are ones who started there, went there, came up here. We get a few others along the way, and we welcome them in. But it's really important that we kind of, as a team, with parents, with admin, with everything else, that we go from there to here in a very continuous kind of way, because these guys up here, for the most part, don't get to do what they do without the rest of this team, and without that. Yeah, absolutely. And that's true in vocal music, and that's true with the string program too. If there wasn't this kind of scaffold we all climb up to get to where we're going to be, it would not happen like this. Okay, we are going to continue along with Jubilateo before the pretty grand finale.
Sorry to keep you hanging. All right, so this is the combined secondary band ensemble. So here we go. This is the first time we're playing together. However, the piece that we've selected is America the Beautiful. In the middle, feel free to sing along. gentlemen. I hope you enjoyed the show.